Road to Smash!
Good morning, roomies. Logan here, reporting from the break room bedroom. It's not been a good morning. I've had to struggle to get out of bed because of a nightmare I had last night. It was a dark room. There was a singular light hanging from the ceiling, and two masked gentlemen came in to set the rules. One of them sounded vaguely familiar and told me, "You better not try to tell anybody that Super Smash Bros. For Switch is a new game." And he took off the mask, and it was Reggie. Now, that being said, you have to ask the question, where do these nightmares come from? And it comes from the amazing amount of people saying online, Super Smash Bros. For Switch is just gonna be a port. It's totally a port. And I'm here to tell you today that that is definitively not the case. Because Super Smash Bros. For Switch is a new game. So, if the point hasn't been made to you yet, get ready for this, because I'm about to prove it to you. First, we're gonna start out by pointing out the logo. The brand new logo. Now, if you've seen anybody argue for Super Smash Bros. Switch being a new game, this is a real key point, because this logo is not this logo, and it's not this logo, and to top it off, it is not this logo. Okay, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Secondly, you'll see people arguing about maybe the release times and the development cycles. Oh, there's just not enough time for Nintendo to develop a brand new Smash Brothers game with the time they had between Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. And again, that's just bogus, because that's totally not the case. The development cycle of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS went like this. It was announced in the E3 of 2011, but development did not start until April of 2012. When the 3DS version released in September of 2014, that puts it about at 2.5 years of a development cycle. And well, it'll have been probably about 4 years once the Switch Super Smash Bros. Game releases, giving way more than enough time to be developed. The next point I'd like to make is the fact that people say that, oh, this is going to be a Switch port. You don't buy the fact that, oh, just because it has a new logo and just because there's enough development time doesn't mean that they've actually developed a new game. Well, there's another point to be made about the pattern of Switch ports that have happened in the past year. Every port has been very, very clear that this was previously a Wii U game, and now we are bringing it to the Nintendo Switch. Albeit with a few extra features, some extra content, but baseline, it's the same game. We just kind of brushed it up a little bit. You got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, you have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, you have Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. These games are all clearly ports, we knew what we were getting into. The fact that there's any doubt whether this is a port or a new game, in my personal opinion, I think that points towards a new game. Because if it was a port, we would know what we were dealing with right off the bat. And lastly, Sakurai himself confirmed that he was working on this game. Why would Sakurai come back for this game if it was just a port? Does that make any sense? Because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why would he come back for a port when he could be making a whole new game? Now, in the interest of fairness, we might address some of the reasons it might be a port. So let's consider those now. Okay, I kid. There's still the chance that it could be a port. I don't think the odds are likely. Some people kind of occupy a middle ground as well, saying that Super Smash Bros. For Switch might be a port in the sense of a moderately upgraded version of the game that Nintendo kind of puts out as a sequel. The closest analog that could be made to this would be something like Splatoon 2 to the original Splatoon. When Splatoon 2 came out, one of the criticisms that was made was that it didn't differentiate itself enough from the original Splatoon. There was marginal improvements and content additions, and I think that's fair. That might be what we're dealing with, but that would put it in a place where over time we could see additional content updates, additional characters added that would further differentiate it from the previous game. It seems like Nintendo has been doing this consistently with their games, where they're treating their games as a service, especially for their online offerings. I believe that this will also be the case with Super Smash Bros. For Switch. Now, there's a lot of time between now and when we get more information, and a lot of time is actually a very short period of time because we're all very, very anxious for this game to come out. So Nintendo, the sooner the better, but I don't anticipate we'll hear anything before E3 of this year, 2018. So what do you guys think? Do you think Super Smash Bros. For Switch is gonna be just an enhanced port of sorts, disguised as a sequel? Or is this gonna be the game that everybody wants it to be? And that's all for now. Thanks for clocking into the break room. Don't break in the backs. Don't break in the backs. Don't break your backs. Break in the games. But until then, break time's over.